I feel like it's that time of year where the garden changes a lot every week. Welcome back to your weekly backyard garden tour. It's 26 degrees today. It's hot, it's humid, it's sweaty, but we did get a bit of relief midway through the day. We had a bit of rain. You can kind of see the pavement's a bit wet. Wasn't in the forecast, but that seems to be the trend these days. Never rain in the forecast, it just surprises us. We're gonna start with this bed here. You can see the kale. Look at all this kale. Speaking of kale microgreens, they are here. I can see flea beetles on them already. Lovely. The eggplants were transplanted from the bed in the greenhouse, and they seem to be doing okay. Starting to kind of bounce back a bit. There are some other random things in here like beans and those flowers. And the tomatoes along the trellis need some help right now. They're looking gorgeous, I will admit. But like this needs to be trimmed. This isn't supposed to just be dangling off the side there. Look at these guys. They look so good. And this one over here. Can't wait for that to ripen. There's just so many. And it's just reaching out. So now I'm gonna have to zip tie it so it comes up and over in on this archway thingamabobber. All right, we were talking about the garden beds, so let's continue with that. Not too much has changed here. It's still just wild and crazy. We have the volunteer tomatoes that are just sprawling all over the place. I do have this cucumber plant, but it doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. Oh, there's little cucumbers on it. I should zip tie him up as well. I've accepted that this broccoli isn't going to give me anything, and that's okay. Other than that, there is oregano and thyme in this garden, but this just looks like a disaster. Again, mint where it shouldn't be. I'm going to be pulling up mint from here for the rest of my life. Some beans, some onions that I started from seed February 15th. The cinder block planters are doing great. This sunflower seems to be having no problem in there. I think everything else is doing pretty good in there too that I transplanted. This bed was very full. You might have remembered from last week. There was broccoli and lettuce that was bolting. As much as I loved the purple lettuce flowers, it had to go. So planted in here now is beans. And honestly, I don't know what works great in this bed yet because it's new. It's the newest bed that we put into the yard. It's the last spot in the yard for an in-ground bed. And there used to be a tree in the middle. So this is really, other than this bed, it kind of gets full shade. This gets part shade. And I think this would be a really great spot to grow lettuce, but still trying to figure out what grows and what doesn't. So beans are in there now, pole beans and bush beans. And we're gonna finish the season out with beans. If you don't already know, beans are a really great crop because they put nitrogen back into the soil. The columbine, beautiful, absolutely stunning. I hope she flowers for me this year. On the edge of my seat. I'm not going to hold my breath because it's been a long spring and summer and nothing's happened, but I started it from seed in the winter and I'm just very excited. Just like this guy. I think this one's called a penstemon. Not 100% sure, but I also started him from seed at the same time and he is flowering. Very excited to see it. In this other little garden bed, I transplanted some moss rose and whatever these are. I really don't like these, but I had some from my Click and Grow units. These seem to all be doing good. This moss rose looks like it's about to flower again. It just went through a period of struggle there for a hot minute. Also have this white pumpkin plant, which was a stupid idea to put it here, but I did. It's now growing up the trellis. Also another stupid idea, but we'll just see what happens. This is a pile of junk that needs to be dealt with. We're just going to ignore the death pile with distract you with bell pepper. Wow! So many growing on here too. You can see them all coming in. All right, we'll go to the raised beds. This tomato plant, struggling. It's okay because it's in a pot it shouldn't be in. This is a pot for like one of my house plants. This thing also doing terribly. I've just completely given up on it. I've just given up watering it. I just can never get enough water. If I were to give it the water that it wants, I swear to God, I'd be watering it like 3 times a day. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. Oh, there's a bee on it. Oh, beautiful. That looks like a honeybee to me. This is milkweed. It's supposed to be for the butterflies, but I guess right now it's for that bee specifically. And of course I would knock something over. Not only is it for the bees, but it's for the aphids. Look at all of them on there. I have sprayed them off a time or 2 already, so it's not like I've just let them go crazy. This is also milkweed, but it's like an orange and it's shorter than this milkweed. So there's some sort of difference there. I ripped out the, mostly ripped out the cucumbers here because they weren't doing that great. Don't think I will do cucumbers again. More experiments, right? Always experiments. These flowers look good though. This reed is kind of taken over, and same with this. I think this is some sort of sedum, but there were 2 other flowers in here, and they're just getting kind of like choked out by everything else. All right, back to the garden. This tomato not doing the greatest. It's okay. That zucchini not doing the greatest, but it gave us zucchini to eat the other day. Lots and lots of, oh, a ladybug just landed on me. Lots of, oh my goodness, eggplant. And then there's an eggplant here that's actually a different variety of eggplant coming in. So I'm excited to see what kind that one's going to be. Some more peppers. Fig tree, making figs. We're waiting for these to ripen. They look very good. And let's wrap up the tour by going around this way, showing you these beds, and then the harvest I got today. Lavender doing great. Another favorite of the bees in my garden. Look at him. It's just face right in there. Drunk. Just look at him. He's lost in the sauce. I think I'm going to let this go to seed, and I'm going to collect the seeds and start some more lavender for the garden. This guy got a trim up today, but he is making more zucchini. The blueberry bushes, they're done giving blueberries for the season. The apples, let's do a size check. Can I even get in here over this crazy, look at this. Ugh. Okay, size check. Oh, my hands are dirty. I can't even get my hand back there anymore. Wow, they're getting so big. So big. Very exciting. There are some peppers coming in here. I just killed a mosquito. Hells yeah. 1 for me, 0 for the mosquitoes. Cosmos still have nothing going on, but they're very tall. They're very beautiful. The borage also very beautiful. The bees are loving it. I did plant some bell peppers, like tiny. Look at, there's this little guy in here. Oh, so sad, so alone. Look at this little one. Oh. They're just getting shaded out by all the flowers here. And that's why they're not doing that great. Zucchini here, I'm hoping he takes off and starts giving me zucchinis, because that guy's going to slow down soon. And the fig tree doing phenomenal. Doing fignomenal. Getting super tall. Looking very healthy. I hope it survives the winter. I'm going to wrap it, I think, in some like frost cloth. So we can cross our fingers and hope for the best. But it's still getting bigger by day, and we thought this guy was a goner. The marigolds Beautiful, beautiful. The zinnias, also very, very beautiful. Tomatoes didn't do well here in these 4 spots for some reason, so they got pulled up today, and I replanted with bean and cucumber seeds along there. So hopefully something happens there. These 2 tomatoes, though, are doing what I expect them to do. Usually it's that times 3, because we'd have 2 more here and 2 more here. So unfortunately this year something happened and the tomatoes didn't do well there. So we're gonna try something different. Just pivot, adjust. Look at how great these look. I had one of these for lunch today on my sandwich. It was delicious, and there's so many more coming in. Some here. It needs a bit of help though. Up top is getting very top heavy, which is dangerous. And then to finish off the tour today, we'll go to this bed. I can't open these because every time I open these, when I close them, I end up smushing my snaps and my sunflowers and everything else that I have planted here. So I have to remember for next year not to go tall on the sides of these, but to go short and like trailing. Maybe some moss rose would do good in there. The Chicorée, doing great. Chicorée radicchio. Still haven't looked up if that's how you say it. I'm just assuming it is. Fava beans also doing really well. I'm so excited to get a fava bean in my mouth. They are so delicious. Over here, peppers, surprisingly doing well. I have the same problem though. Because I planted all this tall stuff here, every time I open this, you'll see, like, it has a chance of cutting all that stuff off. It's already been cutting off the leaves of this zucchini in here. And I think I have to take this zucchini out. There's some garlic too that really needs to come out of this bed. But the peppers here seem to be doing okay. Probably going to have to pull out the volunteer tomatoes in there that are just getting bigger and bigger every day. And that is your backyard garden update for today. I'm going to head into the greenhouse next, but this is probably going to be a shorter tour today because this is a work in progress. So we'll see you next week. And you just living your best life. You're going to fall out of this chair, you know. It's not really made for laying like that. I almost ended the video without showing them my harvest. You want to show them the harvest? Okay. We got this from one of the pepper plants. It's going to be for a dog, though, because something's been munching on it. You can have... Do you want it? Maybe once I've cut it up. We got a tomato, not quite ripe yet. It'll sit on the counter for a few days. Just a little guy. This zucchini came from the zucchini plant underneath the apple tree. Very large, very in charge. This came out of that middle bed that had all of those lettuce, bolted lettuce, and broccoli in. So this is the biggest one I got. Like I said, I started these in February in the house from seed. I'm not mad about it. I think this is a fantastic little harvest considering they were all shaded out. And then around the blueberry bushes, I got these garlic bulbs, which again, very happy with this. This is a thick bulb. Look at it. It's a good size. And get it in the sunlight. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Very nice. So we have more garlic than we could ever eat. Probably enough garlic for the year once I dry everything properly. Because I have that. And then all the garlic in the greenhouse. Because it rained. But I still have all of this. Look at all this. I should really take this back out there. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I can't even get it all. So yeah, more garlic than we'll ever need. And I'm going to plant garlic again. But yeah, I got some smaller bulbs because these guys were shaded out, like I said. But look, that's a decent sized garlic. Very proud of that this year.